Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox the Timmy E86 Android Smartphone, take a close-up look, turn it on and see what's on it. So let's go ahead and open up the package. So there's some product specifications on the bottom of the box. So this is a quad-core phone and it takes dual SIM. So let's go ahead and open up the box. So let's put the phone aside first and find out what else is included in the box. Okay, so it comes with a phone case or cover over here, a protective cover, which is quite cool. Let me put that plastic aside. Okay, so let's put that aside and let's see what else is in the box. And there's a wall socket over here, a mains 3-pin UK socket with a USB port here. I believe this is for the charging cable that goes into the phone. Okay, let's see what else is in here. And it looks like, let's see, let's open it up and find out. A pair of earphones with a 3.5mm jack and a multi-function control button over there. So that's quite nicely presented, because normally the headphones are just normally wrapped in clear plastic or just cable tied. So this is actually in a white plastic wrapper like this. So points for presentation right there. Let's find out what this is. And so this is the USB cable with a micro USB connector over there. So like I said, I would think that would work with the UK wall socket there to charge up the phone. So let's put that down and find out what else is in here. Let's remove that card. So this is the lithium-ion battery. Interestingly, they've left it outside of the phone, so pretty interesting. And just to show you the capacity and details specifications. Okay, so let's put that down, put that aside, and what else do we have down here? Instruction manual in several different languages, but it looks like it's just providing just basic instructions, because nowadays these phones are pretty simple and straightforward to use, and most of the guides are actually built onto the actual phone itself. So we have a user manual here. with very fine print, as you can see, in, let's see, I think in a variety of languages. So far there's English and just English. Okay, so it comes in English. Fine. And lastly, it looks like there is a screen protector in here, which is quite handy again to protect the phone's screen, touch screen. Okay, so that's it. We've emptied out the box. Now let's take a look at the phone. So hopefully you could get a sense of the dimensions and size and thickness of the phone if I can get it to focus. It's always tricky trying to focus something in close range and something that's quite shiny as well. But if we're patient enough, the camera will focus. So obviously we have a camera on the back of the phone with an LED light for flash or torching. And it looks to be a 3.5mm jack there, a jack socket, audio socket. And you have the micro USB charging port below, or for file transfers if you so choose. And we have a button over there, and on the right side of the phone, and two more on the left. Okay, so now let's try and open up the case cover and see if we can put the battery in it. So I'm doing this without even reading the instructions, so I could end up wrecking the phone, but hopefully this is pretty straightforward. There we go. Like peeling a prawn. Nice and simple. Okay, so let's put that down. And just give you some close-up so you know what's what. So we have a dual SIM operation here. It takes 2 SIM cards. Nowadays, most of these Chinese-made phones are pretty clever in the sense that they have dual SIM functions, so you can actually have 2 SIMs, and if you are a world traveler, it is very handy to have. So okay, so let's put the battery into the phone. So I'm not going to put any SIM cards in it. We're just going to boot it up and see how far we can get and see what's installed in the actual phone itself. Okay, I'm not going to put the phone cover on just yet, just in case I can't get it to start for whatever reason. So let's power it on. I'm pressing on the right button. Well, that doesn't seem to be working already, so let me just double check the battery to make sure everything's okay. Okay, so there we go. So one thing you have to be aware of is sometimes these phones come with a protective sticker on the contacts just to prevent the battery from draining or from fires, I suppose. So it's a good thing, but always be aware. It's really tiny, so you could miss it, but you can see it's just shining right there. So let's peel that off right there. Okay, and just stick it down somewhere. Okay, right, and there we go. So it's a good thing I didn't put the phone cover back on just yet. Okay, so now let's try again. Let's turn it on. So I'm pressing on the right button there, and there we go. Timmy! Timmy is alive. Okay, so that's a nice and cheerful startup melody there. And there's a slight vibration just then. And we're looking at the startup screen now. So I'm trying to make sure I can get the whole screen in the frame, just so you don't miss anything. So that's what it looks like. Okay, so let's see if we can wake it up by pressing on the screen or tapping on the screen or anything like that. So okay, so that's not working just yet maybe, so let's... Okay, so I'm not quite sure what I did there, because I'm looking through my camcorder's LCD and it's really tiny, so let's just go back out. Okay, so there's a welcome screen. Make yourself at home. So let's go OK. Let's not set anything up just yet, because all I really want to show you is what's on the phone screen, what's installed, what it comes preloaded with, so you're aware when before you buy your phone, you know what to expect. So you can see there is camera, gallery, music, videos, and settings. And obviously there are shortcut buttons at the bottom for making phone calls, contacts, SMS, and browsing, I believe, if that is intuitive. So I've just slid to the next screen. And I'm bringing it back in close. Okay, so it's given some local settings to add cities and all that, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to have a browse as to what's on the phone. So there are some shortcuts as well here. Seems to be Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS. Never quite understood what that is for. And brightness, I believe. So that's automatic. Okay, and there's a nice little sound as well. I just made that little tapping, woody tapping sound. Okay, it seems to be. Let's find out if there's anything else. There we go. So I've gone to the other screen with all the apps installed. So this is what it comes with. Okay, so now let's move to the other screen. Swipe to the other screen. So by the way, this screen is really sharp looking. It is a very nice crystal clear screen. I believe it is an IPS screen. And it's just so vibrant. Look at the clarity on the screen. Okay, so let's now take a look in the settings to see what we can find there. See if there are any interesting bits for you to discover as I scroll through from the top to the bottom. So we're looking at the settings screen now. So we're going to bring it in close to the camera and slide it right down, scrolling right down. So I'm at the very bottom of the settings screen. And I'm going to tap About Phone because some of you techie guys like to know what's what on here. So let's just scroll through. Okay, so that's it. That is the About Phone screen from the top to the bottom. So you can see the Android version straight out of the factory. Obviously, there may be some updates available as you try and update the phone with a SIM and once it's connected to the network. Okay, I'm not sure if you heard that vibration, that haptic feedback type of vibration as I pressed the back button just then coming out of the About Phone menu. And perhaps one last thing that I could show you is maybe the camera. So let's have a look at the camera on the phone. For some reason, I must have pressed something because it's just gone into the album screen. Okay. Let's try and take some pictures. Did I just take a picture just then? I sure did, just now. So let's tap again. And let's try some video recording. So bring it in close, pulling it back out. Oh, my finger got in the way. Because you have to note that the camera's right in the middle. And I almost forgot that, so. And let's do a playback. Okay, so there was some playback just then. And let's see if we can rotate and get the front-facing camera to work. Okay, let's tap on that. Hello world. So there we go. And tap again, and we're back to the front. So a nice and responsive camera and crystal clear screen there. Obviously you might get some blurring from my video camera itself, so it's not the actual screen itself on the phone that's blurring. It might be just the focus on the camera on my phone. And let's actually try and get the zoom to work as well. So zooming works by dragging out the screen and zooming in as well. Whoa, what's going on there? A lot of things happening there right then. Okay, so there we go. So that's in and that's out, and you can see the multiplier on the top of the screen. So let's zoom in and see. So I'm zoomed in right now, and I just want to see what kind of response or blurring there's any. And obviously this is zoomed in quite close, so there is some slight blurring due to the focus position. It's not quite sure where to focus, but in terms of response, it's right up there, you can see. Snap. Okay, so there we go, some blurring. Obviously I was moving, and obviously these cameras aren't DSLR cameras, so definitely expect some blurring if you're going to be having like shaky hands. Okay, so let's get out of this menu. And that is the home screen. And just to show you for comparison purposes of the size, let me just show you. On my right is the Sony Xperia Z3 Compact, and it's quite a small phone at only about 127 millimeters tall, and also it's 8.6 millimeters thick. So it's actually thicker than the Timmy E86 on the left, even though the Timmy is a much larger phone. So that will give you an idea of the size of the Timmy E86 against a Sony Xperia Z3 Compact. Okay, so let me put that down. So that's the Timmy E86 Android smartphone. Thanks for watching and happy phoning!